Guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing what if Luffy ate the boom fruit. So I'm gonna start doing some One Piece what ifs because I've been watching some One Piece. I'm kind of new to it. I'm like episode 22, so I know some stuff, but I don't know a lot. So if I mix up the names or get my facts wrong, if you guys watch One Piece and you guys know, just correct me. I've been going on the internet and I haven't seen a lot of people be doing One Piece what ifs. I am pretty sure it's because the show is too long to get the whole story. So it would be really hard for someone to make what ifs on One Piece because the story is kind of weird. It's not a very serious story. It's more like joking around, but it's also serious in the sense where there's power levels and power scaling and the fights, you know, all that. So it's like a mix of joking around anime, like a humor anime, and like a shonen jump. So yeah, so it's a mix between them. So that's why I feel like people don't make what ifs on it a lot. So to explain the boom fruit, basically it lets the user that eats the devil fruit explode their body. They can explode any piece of their body. Doesn't matter what it is, they can make it explode. Just, you know, they just make it explode. So yeah. So let's begin. So we start off the story where Luffy is at a bar talking to this pirate guy with red hair. And they're talking for a while, and Luffy's like, damn, this guy is really cool. I wish I could go up to be like him, not knowing that he was a pirate yet because he just met him, right? A couple bandits would come into the bar and start like walking around like they own the place. They'd walk up to the guy with red hair that Luffy was talking to, and they would pour his beer on him. I keep saying Izuku. Luffy would get mad. He's like, what the hell? Are you just gonna let him do that to you? You're not gonna do anything? You're not gonna stand up for yourself? So, the guy named Shanks, the red hair guy, right? His name is Shanks. He starts laughing and he tells Luffy, right, that you don't have to solve every problem with fighting. Sometimes you have to let stuff go to survive in this cruel world. So Luffy turns his back to Shanks, mad, right? He crosses his arms, and everyone starts laughing. And then the bandits start talking to them, to like the group, right? A group of pirates, and no one's really paying attention to Luffy. So Luffy, he hears his stomach growling, and there's it's like a box, right? So Luffy opens the box to see if there's any food inside, because he has no money for food. He looked inside, and there's a weird fruit that's shaped like a cherry. He's like, that looks like a cherry. I'll eat it. He's like, oh, it's like a big cherry. So he's like, oh, it must taste good. So he grabs it by the root of it. He holds it in front of him, opens his mouth really wide, and just drops it in there. He starts chewing, and he's like, oh, what's that? Why does it taste so weird? So one of the people sitting down, one of the friends of Shanks, look at Izuku, and they open their eyes really wide, like they're in shock, right? And then he taps his friend on the shoulder, and then he looks, and then everyone starts staring at Izuku like, what the hell did he just do? And then Shanks, realizing like they're all looking at Luffy, he turns around and sees what Luffy done. He slaps him across the face and like, you just ate the devil fruit. And Luffy's like, the devil fruit? What's the devil fruit? What the hell is that? And he says, it's this fruit that gives and the person that uses it a power based on what fruit it is. So Luffy's like, okay, and can't you just get more? Where do they come from? And he says it's not that simple. Once the person that eats it, the only way it could come back and someone else could get it, if they die and their fruit has to, the spirit of the other fruit has to go into another fruit, the closest fruit of its kind, like a cherry, to happen again. It's extremely rare. That's why not a lot of people hear of these fruits, because they're extremely rare to find in the wild. So Luffy realizing what he does, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." But Shanks says, he's like, "Luckily you didn't eat the gum fruit. That one's really, really hard to control. You turn into rubber." And Luffy's like, "Then what did I eat? What does it give me?" And he says, "Well, this is the boom fruit. It lets its user, the person that ate it, explode their body." And he's like, "Why would it do that? Wouldn't that just kill me?" And Shanks says, "No, you won't get harmed by your explosions. Only the people that gets hit by the explosion will get harmed." So Luffy's like, "Oh, that's sick," right? So Shanks says that he'll be in town for a couple weeks, so he'll show Luffy how to control it so he doesn't hurt anybody. And Luffy's excited about this. So he stays there for a couple minutes. He says bye to Shanks and heads to his house. He heads to his caretaker's house, alright? And he like scolds him for hanging out with the pirates. And Luffy's caretaker, I'm pretty sure his name is Gump, right? Or whatever. He wants Luffy to become a pirate. I'm pretty sure it's his grandfather. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he wants him to become a marine, not a pirate. So he gets really mad when he hangs out with pirates, because pirates are the polar opposite of marines. Marines and pirates fight a lot. So he's like really mad at Luffy for hanging out with pirates, and not like, because pirates are not cool in his eyes. They're not good people in Luffy's grandfather's eyes. So Luffy just ignores his grandfather, right? And his grandfather gets mad and hits him really hard in the back of the head. So because he ignored him. So Luffy goes to sleep that day, really, really excited for the next day. He wakes up, gets ready, he eats his breakfast, which is like a bowl of cereal or whatever, and he heads out to the bar where Shanks is. So he gets there, and Shanks trains him how to use it, right? So he teaches him like how to explode his body, or just learn to explode it. So I'm sorry, I keep saying Izuku. I'm really, really sorry. Luffy kind of struggles to get this, but eventually he learns how to explode his body. So Luffy conditions his body to get like bigger. Since it's only 2 weeks, he does gain some muscle, but not a lot. Like, oh my god, he's a completely different kid. He gains some muscle. He's a little stronger. He knows how to use his explosion fruit, right? The boom fruit, boom fruit, or whatever, right? He learns how to use that, and he calls a move the human explosion, right? When he uses it, he only has that one move. He calls it the human explosion, and he one time when he was exploding his body over and over again to make his body used to it, he made like a really, really big explosion, because he was like sweating a lot and his sweat started to explode. So he made like a really, really big explosion, and he called it the superhuman explosion, the boom superhuman explosion move, right? That's his like ultimate move. So it's the last day of it's the day that Shanks and his crew are going to leave. So Luffy wants to go there and train for a little and say goodbye to Shanks, because he might not ever see him again. So yeah, so he goes down over there and he takes like a small walk because he got kind of lost, and then he runs into the bandits, because he was looking at his shoes and thinking like it's his Shanks' last day and it's kind of sad. So he doesn't notice the bandits there. So he bumps into one of them and then he looks up and sees that it's the bandits. And they get all the bandits get a grin on their faces like, oh, it's this kid again. So one of the bandits grab Luffy by the shirt, lifts him up, and he tries to fight him, and he starts to explode, right? But since he's nervous, it's not really hurting him. It's only like hitting his clothing, not really like scratching him, right? Or making him bleed. It just kind of like tiny explosions hitting them, because Luffy hasn't have enough training to use it under pressure. He only used it in training, not in a real situation like fighting or stuff like that. So yeah. So Luffy, he doesn't really do anything. So the bandits run over trying to make the bandits try to go over to Shanks and try to make a deal like, if give us some money and we'll give you the kid. So they get over there and they have a gun to Luffy's head, and Shanks and his crew starts laughing, and Luffy's like, oh, are they really gonna let me die? So Luffy's like closing his eyes, thinking that he's gonna die, and he hears like a gunshot behind him, and he thought that he died, but when he opens his eyes, he's on the floor. He looks behind him and he sees the head of the bandit that was holding him. His head is completely gone, it's destroyed, and he looks up and he's one of the crew members from one of Shanks' friends. So all the Shanks' friends start shooting at the bandits and they kill all of them, right? Except for one of them, one of them grabbed Luffy and ran away and went to a boat. None of them could hit their shots, so he tried paddling away to like kill him or something, right? And then Luffy sees that the boat, right, is shaking a lot, like a lot, and then like a bunch of water, something comes out of the water and it's humongous. It's like this really big fish, right? Like this fish snake, and the bandit that grabbed him like looks up and he jumps off of the boat thinking that he's gonna die, and he tries to swim away. So the shark fish looks at Luffy and tries to he's about to attack him. So Luffy shields his face, and then he closes his eyes and he's thinking what to do. He's like, is this the end? So Luffy, he lets everything, he gets really mad and he yells this is not how I'm gonna let it end. So then he explodes his body a lot, right? His super boom boom superhuman explosion ultimate move, and he hurts the fish, the fish snake that was facing him was completely destroyed. It was in ashes. So the fish runs away, and Shanks comes in to save Luffy from drowning, because when he exploded the boat. So before Luffy could even touch the water, Shanks was over there, grabbed them just in time. So Shanks is like, nice job, Luffy. You defeated that fish all by yourself. So Shanks, he gets to land with Luffy, and he tells Luffy that he's really proud of him, and takes out his hat and puts it on Luffy's head, right? And he tells Luffy that he wants to see him one day out in the ocean, right? And then Luffy starts to cry because he's like, Shanks is proud of him. So Shanks leaves, right? So Shanks didn't lose his arm like he did in the original, because they didn't have to save Luffy. He just had to get him out of the water. So Shanks leaves, right, and waves goodbye to Luffy, and all of Shanks' crew members do as well. They all say goodbye to him. And Luffy gets home that day, and his grandpa asks him where he got that hat from. His caretaker asks him where he got the hat from. And Luffy says that he found it on the floor, lying. So yeah, so that's where I'm gonna leave it. In the next part, tell me if you guys like the video. So in the next part, I'll be going into the real story, and I'm gonna make a time skip. I'm not gonna go into his training arc, like all of his training that he does. I'm just gonna go into where we pick up in the original series, and like in Ma's ship. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna start off for the next part. I'm not gonna do a recap because I'm not going to. So yeah, so if you guys really like this One Piece what ifs, tell me, so I could keep doing them. I really like them since I started watching One Piece. I'm starting to do it. So yeah, so by the way, if any of you guys know how to make thumbnails, because my thumbnails are pretty like bad, or like they're really mid in whatever, right? If any of you guys know how to make thumbnails, just tell me like your Discord or Snap or whatever, right? Or whatever you want me to contact me on. Just comment it down below. I'll turn on the comments. Comment it, and if you want to send me some thumbnails, just do that. I would really appreciate it. You guys don't have to if you don't want to. So without further ado, I'm out. It's your boy Renkage. Baba Booey Among Us.